Welcome to Hangman Tarot. We're going to get started with our celebrity tarot card reading today. Today is going to be a little bit different just on this reading. I have a reading for the McRaes. So this is something that I kind of stumbled across and I definitely wanted to get into it. I usually don't do these ones, but I'm like, I just am appalled at the treatment of this man. For anybody being treated this way when you're in a coma is just beyond me. I can't believe that it's actually happening though. So anyway, I'm going to get into this reading. I do want to find out what's going on with the two of them, but first hit subscribe to Hangman Tarot while we get going into this. I'm going to get all the way into the story. Make sure you hit that bell so you don't miss any of the notifications here. Okay. So I am going to get into the story of the McRaes first. It'll probably be long-winded. I'm sure of it. Oh, cold Diet Coke, I have to tell you. It's my favorite fucking thing on the planet. It just hits you, it's all bubbly, and it's like, ah. Okay, I don't want to hear about how unhealthy it is. I know. Turns out I know. Okay, so again, I just want to kind of find out what was currently the state of mind when and before Vaughn McRae went into a coma. And I want to know all the details beforehand. And I want to know the most current relationship status of the two of these people. I think it will definitely help. Okay, just a minute. Hello, I'm live. I'm live. Hold on. What's up?
I literally call and they're so rude.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Okay. So again, I am going to get into this reading. I do want to go over the story of the McRaes so that you're all informed, and we'll do it here so that I'm the main fault for your information. So I'm very sorry. I'm going to start from the beginning. So this is again going to be a celebrity reading, but I would not consider this woman at all a celebrity. Nothing to celebrate here, people. Nothing at all. She's disgusting. She is morally grotesque. Like, if I could definitely throw somebody off a cliff, it would be this woman. Do you hear that, lady? How about you fuck with somebody who's alive, who's not in a coma? Sorry, I'm losing my shit over here. Okay, I've been reading way too much into this. Okay, so this article was wrote in July 9th at 2022. TikTok Dre McRae, and it's an update on her husband Vaughn, who apparently had a brain injury from what was said was a car accident, but then turned out to be an attempted suicide. So again, let's just find out a little bit more here. So let's start from the very beginning. Okay, so Dre McRae is she's a well-known person on TikTok account, and it goes by the name of xo.cray. I wouldn't, no matter the information that you get from here, do not subscribe to her shit. Do not follow this lady. All you need to do is, do something proactive, I guess, for the both of them. Mostly him though. So don't be following her. Don't share and like on her shit. I don't care what it is. Don't add to her. I barely even put her photo on the front of my thumbnail because I don't want to add to any kind of, bustle underneath the situation for her. I literally want to bring justice for him, but she is repulsive. So do not follow her. So anyway, at xo.craze, very popular. She's also known to own a business that sells accessories called Blinging on a Budget. She's also has a channel here on YouTube called Andrea McRae, which has tens of thousands of followers, and it has more than 36,000 followers right now. Don't add to the following. Don't give her any hustle or bustle. Legit, please, for the love of God, and tell her I didn't send you. The name of her other channel is the McRae Tribe, and that has 7.62 K people following it. So she is well known for her makeup tutorials and other original work. She has also put a few videos of her husband Vaughn on her YouTube channel account. So Dre seems to be going through a hard time now because her husband is actually in a coma. And she often posts on TikTok about her and her husband and how he is doing and how dedicated she is. And in the past, Vaughn, Dre's husband, he served in the military. Okay, so he also he served our country. And I don't know how somebody could be treated this way. So it's just very, very fucking frustrating. After being married for 7 years, the couple reportedly got ready for an official wedding, though, to get married. But something went wrong, and Vaughn is now in a coma. On the other hand, though, it's like, I don't know. Anyway, so this is kind of, an older article when we were under the assumption of what the woman was saying only. So she said on TikTok that her sweet husband, Vaughn, had a brain injury. The woman is now putting all of her attention on helping her husband get better. She said that Vaughn's surgery went well in the past on Instagram on June 16. That's when she said this, okay? She also said that the G-tube and the track had to be put in. And at this point, it doesn't matter what else we know about his injury, the diagnosis or the outlook. Of course, now, as of now, it doesn't matter. Of course. Well, it does matter, bish. She said that the right information would be given out when Vaughn was well enough to leave the hospital. Everyone would be touched by now, but McRae, and this is just kind of like appearing that she really loves and cares for her husband and how much, thought and dedication and work she was trying to put into his recovery and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Basically, there has also been a weight loss journey. So on Facebook, she's been known as Slay with Dre McRae. I don't know how she keeps up with herself. The social media influencer has lost a bunch of weight in the past few months. And in January 2022, she actually posted pictures of herself that showed that she had changed over the past 7 months. And with Dr. Sebi's help, whoever that is, she changed her diet and added sea moss, moringa, and herbal teas, all of which changed the way of her body heals from illness. She also put videos up of her weight loss journey on her YouTube channel so that people could learn more about this way of life. So that's where we were then. Okay, so let's just talk about the most recent situation and occurring. Okay. Again, she found fame on her social media platform and she contributed. Apparently, there's been allegations within the past 2 to 3 days that she is a part of his ill health and that he may have actually attempted suicide, in which she actually said that he got into a car accident. And that is not true. The police's statement says that there was an attempted suicide, and that is not a statement from Dre McRae. Okay. Suicide's no joke. And so it should be noted that verification that Vaughn, the husband of Dre, did try. And it's possible at this time when, things are updated about the alleged suicide attempt that she said she heard the information via his mom also. And there's actually a few of her followers that have never even heard of him or his wife. So who are they really in the scope of things here? And I just don't think it's like a long-term, fame thing. I think it's just they rose to popularity because of the situation and because of her XO on TikTok. And she also owns other businesses. So additionally, her fans follow her on the YouTube channel where she goes by just the name Andrea. Basically, Vaughn, who is a military vet, he seems to be in really good health. Okay, so what is actually happening? It wasn't clear how he ended up in a coma, and he apparently underwent some surgery on his brain. On July 7th, though, Katie Joy, she actually shared some details that made things look a little bit different from the initial report of his coma. So in her caption, she said, there's a picture of, Andrea all dressed up, and she said, while her husband sits on life support, Dre McRae regularly posts selfies going live and dresses to the nines to sit at Marvin's bedside. Creepy. Okay. it's just too soon to dress up. You know, like I get it. You know, you've been dealing with the coma thing for a long time. I get like people will want to be like, you know, let's dress up and look nice tonight. What about a bow tie there? You know, but not like 4 days after or 3 days after. Citing Vonnie's mom, the gentleman who's in the coma, his mother has talked about how allegedly Dre McRae won't allow her to see her son before he passes away. She did not even tell him about him attempting suicide. They actually learned of it on the internet. And she added that he has been in a coma since May 23rd, 2022. And after he attempted suicide, his mother updated followers today, and she learned about the attempted suicide from the police and not from her own daughter-in-law. So furthermore, Dre's personal natural health remedies might even be putting Vaughn at risk. So basically there's some natural health remedies that she's utilizing, and she's really just pushing this she's still pushing this shit on him while he's in the coma, which is really strange to me. Allegedly, the influencer tried natural home remedies after she took him off of his epilepsy medication. Okay, so more allegations, including her turning him into a vegan. This is all alleged. She attempted to withhold food from her husband at the hospital to the point that she argued with, you know, the health experts, the medical community, about allowing him to fast while he was on a fucking ventilator. Like, that's the last thing I'm worrying about if anybody's on a ventilator who I love. I'm just throwing that out there. That is a bone that I wouldn't pick up. I wouldn't give two shits what was going on as long as you were taking care of my person. But that's just me. Actually, and some of the fans think the reason that Vaughn might have tried an attempt to suicide is that it was attributed to his change of diet and home remedies for his illness. So unfortunately, it sounds as if his condition is worsening, and the doctors recommend removing the life support. They literally are like, we should call it a night, legit. And allegedly she's refusing and moved him into a fucking private hospital where his mom can't even go say goodbye to him. His mom's not allowed to go there because it's a private hospital. So anyway, these are all allegations, a few of them. Some things are being said from specific people's mouths that are important in this situation. I am repulsed. This lady couldn't be scarier. She looks like a freaking gargoyle. Just like all creepy, and I don't know people. I do know that I'm going to do their tarot card reading now that he's in a coma. Again, there's not much of an update today, but we're going to get going on this in just a minute. Let me check this message real quick. It's a kid. It's always the kids during these readings, I'm telling you. Okay. I don't think it's a big deal. That is going to be just fine. All right, let's get started. All right. So I want to know what the most recent. This is all going to be pre-coma, okay? So I want the most recent, most current state of mind of Vaughn McRae and Andrea McRae. I'm going to do just kind of an oracle of the current energy at the time or right beforehand. Just anything, the most informed attempt to get some sort of information. It's like my kids literally think I don't work. They literally think that I can't. It's just like they're knocking, and I don't understand. It's like somebody doesn't want me doing this reading. They're like, no, girl, we're gonna send in every distraction possible. Okay. Including, I keep having this, like almost like a sharp pain going up my neck. I don't know what that is. I wonder if that's intuitive. I didn't even think about it. That's so painful. Oh my Lord. It's just, I can take some Tylenol for it. I've had it before, but never like this. This is just like distracting almost. Okay. So again, the most recent, this is going to be pre-coma. I just want to know kind of the most current frustration at the time, current state of mind. but let's get some current energy. So I'm just going to pull a few cards from a couple different decks even. So okay. Okay. So what was not on the radar was living life to its actual fullest or with the most potential. Okay. That was very low in energy, or, you know, living anything to the fullest, something in the energy as far as like life just vamped up, you know, put into all sorts of positive energy. This is just something that was not happening. And seeking something hidden here. Let me get one more card out of these. I like these cards. Oh, choosing relationships, friends wisely. I would say so, Vaughn. You picked a winner. And making sure to build on solid ground. So lacking in energy as far as a relationship, the most current situation was that the fact that there was a lacking of building something, building a relationship, building a foundation for a solid relationship. That was definitely lacking in energy, and just indicating that you should choose your relationships or your friendships wisely. Okay, I know. And live life to the fullest was definitely something that was on kind of the back burner of the situation. So that was something that was not having been played out at all. That's not something that was happening. And seeking anything hidden here. Girl, I know. I know. This is absolutely bonkers right now. Okay. All right. Let's get into this reading. I'm going to do tarot to confirm. And we're just going to do a nice little general. Again, this is pre-coma. This is going to be anything the most current right beforehand, any situations, anything that bothered, anything that was frustrating, anything that was fading into the past, anything that was upcoming. I mean, you name it. We want to know what surrounds it, okay? Just let us know, universe, what we need to know. What is it that we need to know about this situation with the McRae? Sweet, sweet man in a coma. A scary, scary lady. I hope her hands fall off. That will stop. That will stop everything. All right. So current state of mind right before or right at the moment, or, you know, it could be like a week or 2 weeks prior. I mean, who knows? There was definitely some sort of worry, some sort of assistance, even in conflict, loss. There was some grief. Now, this is just talking about right beforehand. So this could even have something to do with kind of somebody being neglectful, okay? Somebody having low self-esteem here. And there's also a king of air here. So the energy of somebody who is supposed to be respected, somebody who is knowledgeable. So I'm going to assume that this is Vaughn. And not because, you know, I think that lady's hands should fall off, but it's because I literally think that this is him. I'm just in my own mind. I think she'll pop up. I think that, you know, there's probably a great part to her. Maybe. I think she's evil. So, yeah. I know, we got to find out, don't we? We have to figure this out. My intuition says no, absolutely fucking not. He's not going to come out of it. So anyway, at the moment, at that current moment, or like previous to or right before, there definitely was some neglect. There was definitely kind of like some worrisome, lacking any assistance. It's almost like it had to do with finances too. So I feel like there was something going on as far as low self-esteem. Somebody was very over-focused in the finances. Somebody was just kind of like wandering away almost from the light, wandering away from anything that was spiritually guiding or something that was like connected to something spirit. And I feel like definitely that has a large amount to do with this king of air. Because I mean, how could he? I mean, he couldn't, especially if he was in a rotten relationship, which apparently there was also accusations of them actually breaking up on YouTube. So that is the thing too. Normally he's a very objective, again, clear. He's got a clear vision of what he's wanting to do. He plans away, and he has everything going here as far as being curious, being logical. But I feel like there was definitely something aggressive here, something almost bully mentality here. She is possessive. She's possessive over this king of air. And if anybody can find their zodiac signs, I literally cannot find their birth dates. If anybody can find those, please let me know in the comment section. I would just love to know. But this is definitely an air sign or an earth sign in specific. Let's find out the most immediate concern right before. Oh my goodness. Okay. So anything to do with fulfillment. Okay. So something being fulfilled here. Somebody was seeking or trying to, I don't know, maybe build, or they were just very determined in the situation. And I felt like that this had a lot to do with that spiritual stuff. So this is just confirming that 5 of Pentacles for me. And I feel like there was definitely some action oriented towards protection or somebody being prepared for something. Well, elaborate on that. 9 of Wands. The fulfillment would have been to bounce back. Oddly enough, to be resilient. That would have been what would have been fulfilling here. The Justice card in reverse. Yeah, she's no good. She's no boy. No. I don't like it. Okay, so the fairness here is none. The law has not come to balance yet here. The information, the truth has not come to play here at all. Okay. There's nothing experienced or good here when it comes to the option of the truth, somebody telling the truth or somebody coming together. I just feel like there's just like a lot of judgment, and that is exactly what's happening as of the most current situation. Is there's a harsh judgment on this crazy person. There's a harsh judgment on the whole situation, the whole scenario, the whole coma thing. I think that it's a really fucked up scenario, but the fairness here is none. Okay. And that is kind of what was the most current energy. Was there was somebody trying to get protection. There was somebody trying to feel fulfilled in being protected or having some sort of preparedness for something. And now this has a lot to do with she was very possessive over him. And that was, previous, and that was like in that current energy. But I feel like that is a thing that's always been a thing. Okay. And I feel like just the protection was lacking here, and the fairness or the honesty or the truth or karma even was just like not, it felt like it wasn't in play. I mean, it could have been, for all I know. I don't know much about that. Obviously I'm not karma, but whatever karma he plays out, that's on him and that's on her. Okay. Okay, so let's find out the biggest obstacle they were dealing with in this situation. What was the biggest obstacle between the two of them right before or at that moment? Biggest obstacle. What was the obstacle taking them here, right into this coma, to sleeping, to dreaming? Okay, so even though there was love here, even though there was some sort of almost like, I don't know, receptive, it was, spiritual, it was an emotional connection, but it wasn't fulfilling because there was always kind of like a fight still. There's always been a fight. And that put the both of them in a very unpredictable, very meaningless direction. Okay. So no matter how determined you may be, there is danger when there's a reckless conflict, when there's reckless chaos or loss. And so that's kind of was the biggest obstacle here, was the point of this connection. It should have been fulfilling, but it wasn't. That was their biggest obstacle. And it was in her hands. It was in her hands. It was in their hands. Very much in their hands. But there was no change. It was just like, because there was no change, there was conflict after conflict. There was a battle. There was fighting. I mean, that is just exactly what I'm seeing. It's like, no matter how much you do, how much you say, how passionate and intense and loving and sexual you can be, it's just like there was always a fucking fight. Okay. There was no potential or opportunity when it comes to this situation. Again, because this was a huge obstacle, was the fact that you should have been feeling fulfilled. You should have been feeling content and okay within your love situation. But for some reason, one or both of them didn't. Let's find out. What was in the most current past for them that we need to know? What created this? How did we get here? Jiminy crickets. Oi. Oi. All right. So somebody, not quite a leader, obviously. It's almost like the reaction. Almost like, because whoever, I think it was him, because Knight of Swords, this is definitely because he's the King of Swords also. To me, for some reason, I feel like he could have come in, disciplined, controlled, fair. He could have come in, with every single thing in the world to clear up every argument possible. But it was like there was no turning back from this at all, this fight. There was no communication, no good communication. I feel like there was just violent speaking to each other, violent messages to each other. And with the devil, and I got to say there was an addiction here for fucking sure. And anybody can see that. So there is an addiction. There is something that one or both of them are tied to that they could easily leave. Obviously, it takes steps to do those things. But no matter how tied down he may have been to this person, inevitably, he would have allowed her to kill him. You know what I mean? Because there was an addictions here. There was a pull. There was somebody blocked, somebody who was trapped in this situation. Trapped for what? Trapped for why? Because the communication was just fighting. There was just sharp conflict constantly. That is the reason for this shit. But this is all something that kind of has led up to this, where we're at this moment even. But because there was no feeling of fulfillment, because there was always constant fighting and worry and battling over nothing, making and creating a relationship with nothing but meaningless energy. This is taking a huge step into just like this was an all-out war. No matter how clear or disciplined he could have been in this relationship or how much he talked to his love, this was an addiction. This was an obsession. This was sex. This was physical. This was ego. This was nothing more. And so he had tied himself to that. And she may have too. I can't say, if it was one or both of them, but I can say that, it takes two to tango usually. But I feel like when one of them's in a coma and the other one's still being a weirdo, it's usually, very telling of the scenario situation. Oh, man. All right. What's the most upcoming circumstance between the two of them? So anything present and upcoming, anything that's present and upcoming. All right. So it's going to be the world kind of like watching. Okay. The world's going to be watching the situation. And I think the world's going to be watching. And if we were to like evaluate the situation or go back over the situation, we're going to see exactly what actually happened. And that's going to be that there was violence, there was aggression, and there was sharp connection and communication, if there was any communication. And I feel like there was also theft. So somebody was stealing something, maybe somebody was taking off with something, or somebody thought that they could leave and they were looking over their shoulder, worried about something. But I feel like there was definitely something going on as far as somebody kind of sneaking off with something. And this could have even been something to communicate proof of how fucked up she was or how fucked up he was, or vice versa. But I feel like the world is definitely going to be watching this and going to be on pins and needles. Okay, what is surrounding that scenario, that situation, that experience here? It's the father, him. He's the father in the situation. What happened next? It came to an ending. No matter how much you say you're okay, no matter how much you say, hey, we're good in this relationship, hey, we're good under this roof, things are just fine, Mom. Things are fine, Dad. Oh, yeah, friends, everything's good over here until it's not. That's right. It's coming to a freaking ending. This is coming into an ending. This is very much something that is going to come into an ending of completion. This father energy, the stable, like leader type role person in this home, came to an ending. Definitely came to an ending. And this ending is going to change everything. It's going to change everything. It's going to make perfect fucking sense. It's going to be very clear by the ending of the situation. But as of right now, even, there's no end because he's still there. Okay. So he's still like, oh, I'm okay. I'm fine. But it's her doing it now. So we're actually seeing, the puppeteer, because the puppeteer had to come out because the puppet collapsed. The puppet's no longer like working at the moment. So, these women, it's women and men, but like people look at a woman and they're like, oh yeah, she didn't do anything. You can't abuse a man. The fuck you can't. You can beat a man down until he is so demasculated that he can't even speak correctly. He'll come at you in violence because he doesn't know how else to speak to you. Like those are types of things that do eventually happen when you demasculate a man to the point of no control. And the fatherly role in the relationship, the fatherly role within that household, coming into this closure, coming into this ending. Now, this is an ending to the cycle. This will eventually clear things up, not just for that family, but for everyone watching now. She's made it very fucking personal by posting her weird drama online. If you go check out some videos on TikTok, just look up the McRaes or whatever, and you'll see all these people talking about it, and they make so much sense. They make everything like, holy fuck, like this lady's crazy or whatever. So let's find out. I want to know a little bit more here. So let's find out. I'm going to get into kind of a reading. I'm just trying here to get in to his energy. I'm just going to get into his energy. I'm going to do it. I don't really care. I am. I wasn't going to go into his energy, but I'm going to go in. So do I. It's so fucking sad. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. I really need to feel him. I'm definitely going to go in there. I need to know the details. I need to know just kind of the feelings and emotions during or in the moment, or what actually occurred. Was this an attempted suicide? Like what put you into this coma? What really truly put you into this coma? He's got to be an air sign. King of Swords comes up again. He has to be a fucking air sign, I swear. Again, if anyone can get a hold of his zodiac sign, their birth dates, I will be so appreciative of that. I just could not find it anywhere. For the love of God. Yeah, with that world card, it just indicates that it was making all the sense in the world, for sure. The Devil card just really bringing out almost like a violence even. It just feels very violent. Very, very much so. And then the Emperor with that. I just feel like almost the Emperor was just kind of indicating like a power hungry thing too. So I was kind of going back and forth on it. That's why I want to feed into his energy. That's definitely what I definitely want to do that now. Okay, so here we go. Knight of Pentacles, we got that upright. Three of Pentacles upright. King of Swords upright. So there was a clarity here. There was a mental clarity, and there was some truth coming out during or right before the situation. With this King of Swords upright, again, that's that authoritative figure. It could be a leader, somebody trying to clear things up even. I feel like there was definitely some sort of him trying to see the full picture and stand up for himself and be in his authority, be in his power. And that was not something that was being taken in an intellectual way at all. But I feel like there's definitely some sort of clarity within his mind. It's almost like he was like, oh my God, like almost like I just woke up to this. I woke up and everything was clear. I could see the whole picture, all of the aspects. I could see what was going on. Okay. Almost like he just kind of wanted to prove something to himself, and he wanted this to be teamwork. He wanted to do, you know, what was right for his home and for, you know, his bills and his business and whatever he's doing, whatever he was doing, or whatever related to his life in that moment. He was very much wanting to just potentially start planning more, start, you know, moving forward more. But this is just something that whatever happened in or right before at that moment, it's like there was definitely some sort of wanting to change, wanting to grow. And maybe that's what the conversation might have been about. The conversation could have been about something of the outer situation, some selfish stuff or some material needs, but I feel like it had a lot to do with, you know, like, can we deal with each other? You know, like, I just want to prove to myself, like, I'm tough enough to have a conversation. I'm clear enough to sit here and see the full picture. I need to bring the truth out and I need to stand in my power. And that's where this was at. And I feel like with this Knight of Pentacles, again, it was like he woke up one day, that the day that it happened, and he decided, I want to be responsible. I want to be in this just as much as she is. I want to be realistic. I want to be here. I want to work hard. I want to do all of these things. I just feel like he wanted to add some sort of creativity, something of him to the scenario. I do. I feel like that for sure. But I feel like there was just like a passiveness. Somebody was being very passive, obviously. There's a passive energy here. Okay, let's find out more. What happens next? What happened next? What happened to you? This Tower. 4 Wands in reverse. We've got our 5 of Cups in reverse also. Holy shit. Okay. Okay. There was a mental breakdown here. With the Tower card in an upright position, something faded. Something very faded. Okay. So nothing is secure. Nothing is safe from, you know, mental breakdowns or, you know, disturbances or chaos, you know, external disruption. It doesn't matter what you want to call it, but this was definitely some sort of a mental breakdown with this Tower upright. Okay. I feel like this was a huge bomb. Now, this perhaps to me with a mental breakdown, I'm feeling like brought on the suicide attempt or the attempt to, you know, commit suicide, however that resonates. Because there was this want of a stable home life, a want of a happy home, I feel like he had to see things from another angle, and those angles change you. And that's where the mistake came in. It was obviously too much. He was seeing something for the first time, and it created a disturbance. It created something very much so that forgiveness was not. This is very scary. I mean, this conflict brought a lot of loss. He was seeing something intense. He was seeing something codependent. He was seeing something so fucking needy that it made his brain. Does that make sense? I can guarantee that if she's doing this to her own man, that those kids most definitely are in danger. Absolutely. Anybody who goes around that woman that's danger. Like, you can, again, whatever he was seeing, what he thought he was seeing, he thought he's seen a strong relationship. He thought he's seen a happy family and a happy home. Okay. He thought that this was a celebration, but for some reason the illusion went away, and he started to see a lot of neglect. He started to see codependency. He was seeing the neediness. He was definitely seeing somebody very moody, somebody very not aware. She acts like she's a health, whatever, homeopathic healer, you know, healing herself, yada, 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 yada. Okay, you're just cuckoo for fucking Cocoa Puffs. And he figured it out. He unmasked her, essentially. And this Tower card upright completely tells me mental breakdown. And when you're having this mental breakdown, I just feel like, again, he's just really seeing things for very fucking clear for the first time. And I feel like with the Six of Wands in reverse, it just brings in more so of that conflict, really having a breakdown. But the lack of harmony in his house, or the uncertainty and the support that wasn't there for him. There was no support when he did what he did. I have to say it just hit my brain. He said he was going to do what he was going to do, and she probably said, do it then. You know what I mean? Like, she did. She did. She did. She said, do it again. She said, do it. It was just a lot of tension between the two of them. There was a lot of tension. She did not put him in the coma. The things that she was doing as far as like, being a wife and stuff, like, I really feel like she was very much undercover, kind of a sociopath, narcissist type. Again, I'm not like an official or a doctor, or she's just, loco. But if you're with somebody for 7 years and you're dealing with that, and you kind of think that they, good people think people have good intentions. So he's just assuming, she's a little fucked up once in a while or whatever. I fully believe that she fucked him up so badly that when he woke up to it, it was just too much. It was just too much. It consumed him, because this was an attempted suicide, but she was trying to convey to the world on TikTok that he got into a car accident and that brain surgery put him in a coma. That's a lie. She's a liar. So she's a liar now. Okay, why would you lie about that? That's fucking weird, right? And then to stop all the press, she legit is doing some strange ass shit. She's trying to, fast him. She's trying to do homeopathic shit while this man's on a goddamn trach. Like, you can't do that. Like, you can't. And I don't care who you are. You can come up in here and say you got double MDs in homeopathic, and I'll be like, get the fuck out, because I don't give a shit. You let the medical people do what they do. That's what I say. That's what I say. Because I don't know a fucking thing about it. I do know that. I do know there was a change here. There's a disturbance in his mind, and he had a breakdown with 6 wands in reverse, towers upright, breakdown. And as far as like death, or like kind of what was going on, why did you die this way? That's being indicated here. All right. Did your wife have anything to do with this? 8 of Swords in reverse, 7 of Pentacles, that is in a reverse. Okay, so all these past issues are being indicated with the 8 of Swords in reverse. Again, this is just showing me that anytime somebody has a situation between the two of them, the past comes up and it rears its ugly head. Okay, so these past issues continue to grow, but there's something that he was blind to. It had nothing to do with anything else. But through tough times, he just thought, this is fine. I'm just going to cover my eyes to this shit and this shit and this shit. And he just kept doing that. And he kept just covering his eyes up. When you do that for 7 years, yes, the past issues will come in. Okay. The confidence will shoot right down into the ground, and these tough times, or whatever tough times, or these past years won't mean shit. You'll be wanting to walk the fuck out the door, and that's probably do something about it now with 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Do something about this shit now. That was not happening. That wasn't happening until he woke up to it. Okay. And when I say wake up, like, he was just starting to see things, and it was probably a slow progression, but it was official the day that he took his life, or tried to take his life. What is she? Does she have anything to do with this? Yeah, he was trying to imagine some sort of solution. Okay. This was in reverse. So somebody was not accepting something that was dying. That is fucking creepy. This is creepy. He wanted to do something different. He wanted to put his light, his spin on things, that creative stuff. Remember, he wanted to put something into his life. He wanted to take control, stand in his authority, and facing his adversities was very much low in energy. And then accepting something is dying is in reverse. It's low in energy. That's a huge telling. All right, we're going to find out. I'm going to ask my last question, then I got to get out of here and I got to go do things with the kids. Thank you for looking, though. That's really nice of you. I appreciate that very, very much. All right, so let's find out. I'm going to stay in his energy. I didn't want to do that, but I'm going to be exhausted. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah, this is just pretty clear. With anything, is he going to get out of this? Is kind of what we're wanting to know. Is he going to get out of the situation? Is he going to wake up from his coma? What is next? What is upcoming? Where are we going? I got the Magician that is in reverse. Communication is going to be blocked, and that probably will have a lot to do with her kind of like, you know, stonewalling pretty much everybody and their fucking grandma about the situation. So the communication or any kind of information is definitely going to be blocked. Upcoming is just going to be a lot of confusion, somebody who's going to be ignoring somebody's actual needs. Okay. So that is being indicated here. And we also have our Three of Swords. So there is definitely going to be some sort of grief that is upcoming with this Three of Swords. I definitely feel like it's going to feel like a curveball when it comes in, or it's going to feel like it came out of nowhere, like almost immediately. And it's going to bring a lot of heartbreak and hurt. Okay. So, yeah. So this is probably going to happen. Yeah. And it was like the heartbreak comes because they kind of assumed that this man, because he's healthy or he was tough or, you know, he was a Marine or, you know, he ran 10 miles a day or whatever, they think he'll come out of it. That's what they're thinking. That's what everybody's thinking right now, like in his family and stuff. And he's not going to be able to overcome this. And it's just being indicated. Make sure that you tell everyone that you love. Tell them that you love them. Tell your loves that you love them. I need to say that. It's also being indicated to be flexible as possible, try to find balance and make sure that you can handle a lot, because this is the moment in time that you need some sort of anything reliable, something with strength, something to ground. Yeah. So the community is going to give some sort of, you know, support. Obviously, there will be a lot of generous love. There's going to be a lot of energy, kind of thinking about this person or this man and his family. So this is going to lead to a time of love. Now, that's going to be for his family. That's not going to be for whoever pushed him to this point. She may not pull triggers or, you know, grab knives and stab anybody or, you know, throw anyone off a cliff, but she sure as fuck used her words as abuse. She probably was physical too. And then she definitely put a lot of pressure on his healing, if he could have even healed. You took this man off epilepsy medicine and he has seizures now. He continually has seizures and she does not want to do anything about it. She just keeps keeping track of them. Like, it's so weird. It's not contractions, lady. It's a fucking seizure. And he has epilepsy. So what do you think? Kratom, I think they were taking Kratom, and that's because of the weight loss and stuff. Yeah, so in the media, it's going to be super supportive. Like, again, anything upcoming here, and it's all going to be good intention, good energy, just kind of a new start, somebody, you know, like trying to indicate no fear of change here, just really pushing forward. So almost like a new start to every moment, especially when this is happening. King of Swords. I can't make it up. King of Swords, Knight of Swords. It's popping up again. So he's going to seem like kind of like a hero in the situation, because of the way, you know, how this was pursued and how this was taken care of and how it's been handled by her even. I feel like there's definitely going to be not as much focus on him, but it's going to get real crazy, you know, with her. And she's already got her success and stuff, and it's already out there. So it's going to be a little bit more easy to not hold back or to not be reserved about like what we think or want to say to her. So that's, I just feel like the frustration is going to slow her the fuck down, like get her kicked off of YouTube, perhaps, and TikTok. I'm just saying. I normally don't give two shits about things like this, but because again, it's really hard to consume that energy or to hold that energy. Okay, so her upcoming is going to continue. She's going to continue to feel secure, stable. She's secure financially. She's wealthy. She has to be. She's definitely got a good health, good wealth. I mean, for her, it's going to be fine. The exterior or the outside just looks very important to her, but that is coming to an end because of the dishonesty, the lack of accountability, justice in reverse once again. Okay, so the truth, it's here, but it's not being accepted, and it hasn't been accepted. And so her living in denial is going to come to a quick fucking end. And I don't care if she continues to live in denial, but the fact is the lack of accountability, the blame, the unfairness of the scenario, the situation, the fucked upness of the whole thing is going to slam her right in to some authority situation. So this is definitely going to put us in a place where we are going to see a misuse of power. We're going to see the full picture, just like he was seeing the full picture. Okay. And standing up for herself. Yes, of course she will. Of course. But the deep inwardness of the situation, the deep within truth will come out. And that's going to unmask her. The past issues, I mean, you name it. It's going to be a tough fucking time for her. No, I just said in my reading that no, absolutely not. He's not. Nope. You're absolutely welcome. Yeah, no, it's just not a good ending. It's so fucked up. Like, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. I don't like it at all. And I'm sorry about it. And my love to Bonnie and his kids and his family and his mother. If you ever need somebody to talk to, you give me a fucking call. I don't give a shit what day it is, what time it is. You leave a comment, get a hold of me in my fucking social media. It is all in the details. Get a hold of me there. You can email me. My email's down there. You can get a hold of me. I will call you on the phone. I don't give two shits. Anybody from that situation, especially that mother, like, I am so sorry. If I could do anything about it, I would. I really fucking would. Yikes. I cannot even imagine my mother not being able to see her son, you know, when he's passed, or, you know, it's just so fucked up. That woman's evil, I gotta say. So, and if you need Bonnie's mom, you need a fucking reading, you get a hold of me here. Okay. All right. I'm going to get out of here. I have things to do and children to love. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for stopping in at Hangman Tarot. Go check out the uploads that pop up, hit subscribe, go click that bell so you don't miss any of these future tarot card readings. And again, do not add to her fucking crazy circus. Do not add your shit on TikTok, and do not add or subscribe to her shit on YouTube. Hopefully she gets thrown off this fucking channel. Bye-bye.